Well, hello there, hi there, welcome to Just Bird Tarot. Today's video is going to be a second portion of fall decks, as I have all of my witchy, spooky, decks here. Well, not all of them, but what I've been utilizing right now. Okay, and these need to be switched out as the brown has come out, and I know that Halloween, it's just hitting folks maybe now, or maybe it doesn't hit folks at all this season or ever. But for me, it hit late July, and it hasn't stopped until the other day when it was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with Halloween trick-or-treaty, Halloweeny decks. And I think it was sparked by the spread book that I had shown in a prior video that was a recent purchase. So that kind of ignited the change and the shift. But the spooky Halloweeny trick-or-treaty decks, I love them. They treat that little girl inside that had to make one costume last for, I think, the entire Halloween career, unless I were to put a sheet on or something, and be a ghosty. So it's just, I don't know. I love it. However, there's also that shift of the more neutral, the grounding, the earth aesthetic. So I am going to share with you what I will be replacing this with, but I'm not going to go card by card. I'm just going to lay them out as if I were doing a reading and give you a glimpse of what it may look like. Not do an actual reading, because one, I have too many decks on the table for that. But I only have 1, 2, 3 tarot decks and 1, 2, 3 oracles and 2 cartomancy. And that's what will be replacing the fun time, whimsy, colorful, treat that little kid inside me. So let's get right into it. First up, the Soul Mirror. This deck is just incredible. I love the size of this deck, for one. It fits very well and snug in my hands. I have the smaller hands, and this aesthetic is great for now. And you have the positive and the negative, the, whatever, higher polarity, lower polarity, however you want to view that. Light and shadow, basically. So I'm just going to put 3 of these down here, and I'll pull one of these white ones just for aesthetic's sake. Let's see. Very neutral, warm. It's very grounding. I love love it. It's just, as much as I love this, this does something different to me and for readings, right? Whether they're for myself or others. I'm just going larger decks. I'm trying to get the larger oracles out of the way here, so just bear with me while I set this up and show you what they may look like and how, some tips on, I don't know, how I read them. I always thought this didn't have a book. I think I mentioned that. Wow, I better vet my information, maybe, or, if you're listening to me, please vet my information. Because do you ever catch yourself, for any content creators in your replay, and say something that's completely wrong, or in a reading where it's like, wait a minute, what did I say that card was? Or that's not that card, where you made a complete mistake, but you know, you didn't even know at the time that you were making it. Yeah, that's what you're gonna find over here. So if you're looking for perfectionism or whatever, you're not going to find that here. And this is the Southern Gothic Oracle with the haunts in here, like the conjured spirit, the crime of passion, the boo hag. And I'll pull two from up here just for an aesthetic of what it may look like on the table. Ooh, I'm sorry. See, this right here is the seam of this fold out table, because you know I'm just balling over here, just primo top quality plastic. But the seam is here, so I've got this going on, and I'm not, you know, professional by any means. So let's just see what this may look like, or how I might do this. I'd probably, to be honest with you, the way that I utilize my space is I would put 3 up here, and then I have, look, I'm stuck. I'm stuck to my tripod because I have a Velcro strap holding the wire, the camera wire, and my sweater keeps getting stuck to it. I apologize. This is going to be one of those, just bear with me. So then I would pull, I guess I have too many, so I'll just put this one back in here. It's not that I have too many, just for the sake of this. I don't think you could have too many or too little of cards for reading. That's just my own personal opinion. However, and then now, would I pull another oracle? Probably not. I would go into tarot, and I'm going to show you the 5th Street. Did I call it the 5th Street? I used to work on 5th Street, right? That was the name of it was literally called 5th Street. The 5th Spirit Tarot. Lottie, if you're listening, girl, I know she's probably not on this channel, but if you're listening by chance, yes, I worked with her on 5th Street. But here's just a little idea here, and I would pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, right? And get it's like a very good reading here that I would have going on. And this is a lengthy reading, but I would not read it at length. I would do 1 hit for each card. If this were an online reading, I would give like 1 hit per card. This card will be bound to that card, this one to that card, this one to that card. This will tie in somehow within the reading, and sometimes it's a completely different message all the way around. It depends. I don't have an intention for this reading, so I don't know if it would tie in. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's, I think, the most important part about reading cards is in the shuffle, right? Or whatever it is. For me, it's in the shuffle of when I'm setting the intention of the reading. What is my intention of the reading? What's my main focus? Then I can go from there. So I don't know if this would actually tie in or if this would be separate. I would know if I was actually reading the cards. Well, so that is one way. But then maybe I want to throw some cartomancy. Why not? This is, you know, because this is the time of year that I love to get into the charms and different forms of divination, including cartomancy. I love cartomancy. Not only because my hands are small and, you know, arthritis kicks in, especially during the dark time of the year. I don't really know the pattern yet, but it was bad last year. So I'm going to say this time of year, it's bad, but really it was really the only time I had a bad, you know, it's my only experience thus far where it was significantly like crippling was last year. So let's see. Hopefully not this year, right? And things can go on normally, which as you see is not gracefully. But I would pull a couple of these. I'd give the shuffle. There's the heart. And I'd probably pull 3, but sometimes 5. It depends on where I'm going with the reading. Sometimes I pull these initially, but sometimes they're just plopped right on top. And if you can see the flow of all of these cards combined, they look wonderful. So let's see. Say I want to finish this one off, and I want to know what is the main energy for the possible outcome of this reading, right? I have no idea what this reading is about. I will show you this deck after I pull a card, as it is new. And my goodness, look at these backings. This deck is the Tarot of a Forest Witch. It is a major arcana deck. So I'm just going to pull one for the answer, and we have the Empress. And it's just to give you a flow of what it would look like on the table. Maybe I don't have room on the table, so I'm not going to go any further than there. And you can see what it looks like aesthetically. Whatever. Here's a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Not very good, right? So let me just turn it off. I'm sorry, I have you right on the seam, folks. It's not normal, but I needed all of the space. So what I would do when I'm done with these cards over here, I will switch. I'm not done with these completely right now. I'm going to do a few pick a pile readings for my other channel, and then I can wrap these up, and anything that's attached that I will utilize forward as far as like true crime or whatever that I will be utilizing, it's only going to be shifted to the left side of the table, where my true crime is, you know, my decks are located, so they will just go over there, and then I will hopefully have enough space on this table for these decks after I get rid of those. But I'm going to have a hard time. These they're going to be put in a bin right beneath me, so I have easy access to them, because it still is, I mean, it's October 5th, for crying out loud. I don't want to give it up, and I just got this deck, so it, you know, US games, cardstock, I love this. It just, having a deck that you can shuffle for one is great. Decks that are too big or the cardstock's kind of wonky, you know, I don't like it. This has not that problem. It's a beautiful glide. Step into the enchanted forest. Her personal note, she sends 1, 2, 3 cards. Look at that little detail. 3 blank cards, make them whatever you desire, right? I'm going to include even the note and make up a meaning like a meaning, appreciation, thank you, right, for that card, and add it to this deck. And I will come up with at least three other definitions or something for those additional cards that she has included. All right, this isn't in order, and maybe it would be beneficial. I'm not sure if I did that. I'm telling you, it's one of those days. Who knows? It's probably one of those years. Tarot of Forest Witch. This. Oh my goodness. I love, love, love. Yes. Love, love, love. Does anyone else have this? Have you seen it on Etsy? I know a lot of people are not going to pay for a major arcana deck only, and I really, really hope that she has a desire to expand this deck, whether it becomes a full tarot deck or an oracle that includes the majors. I would be delighted, more than delighted. I hope. If enough people purchase the major arcana, listen, it is pricey though. I don't, it's $39 on Etsy. That's a lot. It's free shipping, but it's still a lot of money for, well, you have 23, 24, 25, 26, and I'm going to utilize 27, and I may utilize this one too and make it something and have this become a 28 card deck. Why not? It's there, it can be utilized. This is my absolute most favorite hermit ever. I'm not drawn to the hermit, and probably that's why this is my most favorite hermit ever. Like, oh, look at the little fox. I really, really hope this person, this creator, I don't know who they are. I'll tell you in a second. I really hope that they finish and complete Morwenna Artio? I'm not sure. But thank you for your creation. I'm so sorry for not pronouncing your name properly. Is it Morwenna Artio? Morwenna Artio. I bet you it sounds beautiful when you say it properly. But thank you. I'm most favorite ever. Like I'm not drawn to the hermit, and it's probably why I'm not drawn to it, is because I haven't ever seen anything that drew me in to make me like take a second look at the hermit card. Aesthetically speaking, I love what the hermit card represents. We all need to take that time and go inward and learn a lesson and become wiser, right? And then come out and share. Why am I putting these in there? I guess because they were down here. So yeah, this is magnificent. I'm very much pleased with this. Now another we're going to just take away the tarot and the oracle. I'm telling you, I love Jillian's work. And this little deck, it didn't, like last year, I didn't play with it enough. I played with it some, like, I played with it a lot in the beginning, but then it kind of like, I didn't play with it enough. So this year, I just have to replace those. So, and that's what I do, and fall decks and earth energy is just, they're the decks that I gravitate towards. So I have many, and tarot, I like to switch out my tarot, and quite frankly, the aesthetics of cards. I like that this flow, this energy is here, but it is not a necessary thing for me to have a beautiful looking table. It's nice for YouTube purposes, and that's the whole point of that, but for actual reading of cards, not necessary. Like I said, I don't believe you can have too many in a reading, nor too little in a reading, meaning there doesn't have to be a single card at all in a reading for me to enjoy. So, that's just my opinion. So we will switch that out and go with another energy here, which will be the Earth Woman. Now, this is new to me, and this pairs so perfectly with the Feminine Wisdom Oracle. So perfectly. Love it together. However, so this will be on my table, and that oracle is within arm's reach as well. Now, this flow isn't going to be as desirable because it does have the color here, but I'm just going to do what I say I do, and like I said, aesthetically doesn't really matter. It's not a perfect flow, but it's not a distractive flow either, because it's very neutral. This, I'm telling you, this deck, I don't regret this. And if you do enjoy the aesthetics of this deck or whatnot, it is Rider Waite based, not just a replica. But so can a beginner? Yeah, I think a beginner can start wherever they choose. If you want to dive into Thoth, go ahead. That's up to, I don't know. It all depends on how a person learns and where their interests lie. So, teaching things, it all differs as people learn differently. They need to be taught, or like the instruction needs to be different. So here we go. Woodland Wardens would also be where I would pull one oracle for. It's more or less like the advice, but it can tie up the reading. Sometimes maybe pull it from the beginning for it to be the focus point, which I would also do with, the Forest, Tarot of a Forest Witch, simply because there's a limited amount of cards, and that would go in the center and build around that as the main energy, the main focus, expansion, growth, love, nurture, mothering, and then every other card will always come back to the main focus. And how I do that is I would bind the cards, meaning each card will be read in conjunction with the Empress, right? So here we have the Six of Swords. So are we needing to, in order to grow and expand in life? Is there some kind of move and new direction in which we need to travel? And bind each card to that focal point for multiple messages. Like I said, it's a longer reading, but I would only, for the sake of time and energy and so forth, I would read a very quick and then just a one-hit wonder over here, for each card, and draw them all together for an overall message, which could differ from each. So the messages, multiple messages is what I'm saying there. And same with, it doesn't matter which one, right? Maybe I'm going to throw two, and one would be outcome, the other one would be advice, or vice versa, so forth, however it is. Now, as I have that spread, I wanted to show you the third tarot, which is the Lighted Window Tarot. Beautiful deck. It works really well. This is that focal point of death, the change, what needs to be changed. And we have the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Cups in the reverse, the Seven of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Empress, right? And then I would probably say, let's pull an advice, and I would use the Woodland Wardens just to continue on with the aesthetic, right? Just remember, aesthetics are not what's important, right? The message is what's important. But so is having fun, and visually stimulating decks are appealing, and they make you want to read. They bring out, like, this is a very grounding visual to have, right? And I quite enjoy that. So sometimes maybe a one card, especially like this deck I've had, I don't utilize it, but this season I promised myself I will do a one card pull for myself, just to get to know the deck and for a gentle reminder of a message to keep in the back of my mind and to ponder throughout my day. Sometimes the message that I receive is to give to somebody else throughout the day. And I don't take cards too seriously. I enjoy the cards. That's what I do. But for a beginner, I would pick a deck that I'm drawn to, no matter the difficulty level. Find some instruction. If it is very difficult, you may find free instruction online, especially on YouTube or some other social media platform. But it depends on what it is you would like to utilize the cards for. Personal self development and empowerment. Is it for guidance? Is it for a gentle nudge, a message? Do you need daily affirmations? Are you looking for answers? Are you looking for predictive messages? What are you looking to tap into? Ancestral energy or spirit guides, or the dead? Are you trying to communicate and get messages from the dead? It depends on what that's why I say the most important piece of a reading is the intention that you set. So that's what I have for you today, folks. Again, this is just a very delightful, grounding, just it's aesthetically pleasing, but so completely unnecessary.